Well, Coach, your team finally had a couple days to rest and get in some good practice. What has been the point of emphasis since the Nets game on Wednesday?
I think obviously we got to get better defensively. Got to get better in the pick and roll, but not so much the pick and roll that is hurting us. I think it's our closeouts and then just being able to contain the ball, keeping the ball out of the paint area, and being able to be between our man and the ball when the ball is shot. We've been struggling in that area right there, and we have to get better at it, and we got to get better at it immediately. This is not something that 10 games from now we can check and see, because we're at that point of the season now where we're almost halfway through. And, now it's going to be a situation where all of a sudden you get 5, 6, 7 games behind. They're hard to make up now.
Alfred working his way back into the rotation, adding minutes. What have you seen from him from the first game back versus now?
Well, I just think that he added an element to our team where offensively we're pushing the ball much better. The pace of our game is much better. The ball movement seemed to be better because he's the guy that's willing to pass ahead in transition. So he creates some situations for us, and he's just been solid. But obviously his timing has got to get better. When you miss that many games, your timing has to become better. And then just being in basketball shape, and you can work out all you want to, but you have to actually be on the floor playing. And so I think he's getting a little better at that, but that might take a few more games for him to get back to where he was.
How many minutes do you think he can go tonight?
We got to try to keep it within 26 to 30. I think is really should be the cutoff for him right now.
That was everything I had.
Sorry, Jim.
That's okay.
No problem. Coach, we've seen Anthony Davis at this level of scoring before, but we've never seen him put up this number of assists and as a playmaker. What's different this year with him or the team that has kind of allowed him to put up the playmaking stats that he has?
Well, I think what has happened is that, obviously every night he faces double team, triple teams, and, he is truly a team guy, so rather than 4 shots up, he'll make the right play. And the right play is to find the guy, the open guy, and he's been a willing passer and willing to do that. And he's had a couple of 8 assist games and some things like that because I think he's going to play and to win the game, and that may be that against double teams and triple teams he has to get off the ball.
The additions of Julius and Alfred this year, do you think that's made a difference in terms of just having another point guard out there that he can pass to, or they can find him, and having another big man athletic that can cut and he can find him too?
Yeah, both of those guys have been good for us. Unfortunately, Alfred has been, hurt. I mean, he's played in, I think 8 games or 7 games for us now, and I think we won 6 of them. So he's been an important part, and I think Julius have come in and exceeded our expectations. He's helped us from a physicality standpoint offensively. He's been really good in that area right there. So we're still in the process of trying to put our team on the floor that started the year, and we still hadn't been able to do that with Nico out right now. But hopefully we're going to get him back in the next week. And the great thing about the West right now is that you can win 5, 6 games and be right back where you need to be from the standpoint of being in the playoff chase.
Would you see what Miami did with the zone and get tempted to run some of that against the Cavs?
No, but I guarantee you they'll zone us. So they've been pretty good at the zone, and Miami does it probably better than anyone. They played a lot of zone against us also. So it's one of those deals where I think in the NBA when you play a zone, you're basically saying, you have to beat us with jump shots, and if they go in, the zone's not very good, and if they don't go in, then the zone looks great.
Alvin, you were here for the league's 50th anniversary celebration in 1997. Do you have any thoughts on the league coming back for its 75th anniversary in 2022 here?
I think it was great. I mean, I really enjoyed it here. There were so many great things about that, having all the great players here, and the nice jackets that they, the leather jackets they got from Jeffrey Hamilton, But it was really good, and the thing I like best about it is that, they had the book, and I tried to get it signed by all of those guys. So, only missed out on a couple of them, But just the whole thing was great, And then, being able to obviously coach Michael Jordan in an All-Star game, and the team that you put together, and I'd coached Glenn Rice, so for him to play at the level that he did, and Michael was great. The thing about Michael is that we were going to sub guys out, and he goes, "Oh, you can't sub him out. You guys on a roll." So just the way I think those guys approach it when guys are going good. The same thing happened to Anthony when we played in New Orleans. So it's good to be involved in it, and I thought everything that the city was great, and everything that they did, it was really nice. To going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and obviously having events there was really good also.
Coach, you talked about how Anthony Davis has been getting double team, triple team, and that's kind of led to his passing. How much does it help getting a guy like Nico back that can spread the floor and maybe keep some of those extra defenders away from Anthony?
He played well for us. Our team was going really good. I mean, and then obviously Alfred and some injuries happened, but that's kind of the NBA. You got to find a way to to keep your head above water and try to get your team back healthy and play. And I still don't think we're in a position right now that we're out of anything that's going to be involved in the playoffs. And the Cavs did it one year. They were 1-13 and they made the playoffs with George Call here. So that's what we're hanging our hat on that one. Okay.
Coach, you have a playmaker in Anthony Davis, a big. Cavs have one as well. With Larry Nance Jr., what have you seen in him as far as his passing ability?
I think he's been really good. Obviously he got a great role model in his dad, who's a tremendous player in our league. But, I think he's really improved when you see, where he was this rookie year and where he is now. He has become an excellent passer and a tremendous offensive rebounder. So, I think he's one of those young guys that's just going to continue to get better and better. And I think eventually he'll have a chance to, to maybe make an all-star team, because I think when you're that kind of player that can do all the things that he can do, obviously that becomes noticeable. All right,
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys didn't know I knew that the 1 to 13 George Clark thing. Yeah, you go with any.